COVID-19. The biggest thing is sliced bread. Everyone was locked in their houses with nothing to do. Some took to complaining on the internet, some took to alien conspiracies, some took to pursuing their hobbies and spending more time with their families, whilst the elites of the population took their time to download Valorant and play it non-stop. Valorant came out in 2020 during peak lockdown, and with everyone stuck inside with nothing to do, it quickly became a fan favourite game. With the skill it takes to be good at CSGO and the fun abilities of Overwatch became a mix of the two games and quickly became a very popular game. Sometimes it can even be people's favourite game. I know, crazy. However, if you look at it today, whilst it's still popular, it has a very bad stigma behind the sort of people who play it, and it hasn't gained any popularity since its initial hype, as it is now on a slow and steady downhill for new players of the game. But how does a game go from being insanely popular to a second choice for most people? Well, that's what I'm looking at in today's video. To start things off, the initial hype of Valorant was absolutely crazy. It came out of nowhere and took the gaming world by storm. With its mixture of playstyles, different characters, and play different roles in the game, it became a fan favourite. It took the best parts of Overwatch and CSGO and mixed it into one game. With the complex and steady aim you need for CSGO, with the ability to flank angles, with it being 1 or 2 shots to kill your opponent, people like the challenge that Valorant brought to the game. You can be the best player in the game, knowing every flank, every angle, and if you don't have good aim, you won't get very far. On the other side of the coin though, it made the game fun by adding abilities like how Overwatch has. This made it so that the game has an intensity of the sharp shooting of CSGO, but you also had to outwit your opponents with abilities that could make or break the game. Now with each character Valorant had added, all of them having different abilities and a different style of play, it made it so the team would have different roles. The issue with this is that most games, if people don't stick to a certain role, if they don't have the roles that they need on their team, it can throw off the whole team dynamic. Now the blueprint of Valorant is really good. It has all the success it could want. Streamers would make it their main game and popular streamers would play it. It even has its own esports scene, which has become one of the most popular esports scene in the world. And that's all great for a game to have, as it will keep old players playing and it will keep new players coming in. However, that won't happen forever. Now I first played Valorant a couple months ago, and whilst I can definitely see why it's popular, there's 2 major downfalls from what I saw. The first of which is that if you're not a fan of Overwatch or the CSGO sort of gameplay, you're not going to enjoy the game. Now, before you guys have a really fucking big go at me because of it, I understand it's not built for everyone. No game is. But when you play Valorant and you try and play the Overwatch side of it and the CSGO side of it, if you're not good or enjoy either of those concepts, you're not going to enjoy Valorant. The second point that I have is that it's fallen into the trap that most of the other games like this have fallen into. They release new heroes or agents, new skins, new camos for your weapons, a new map here and there, but the game is the same. Sure, these cosmetics are great, but it's still the same 5v5 game. Whilst the additions are cool, like, sure, there's a new character with new abilities, but you're still playing the same game. And how many people can play the same 5v5 all day for weeks on end without getting bored? Don't get me wrong, Valorant has a great thing going for it, but without it innovating something, this downfall will just keep happening. The difference between Valorant and Overwatch and CSGO is Overwatch and CSGO already has a dedicated audience to it. Whilst Valorant does have an audience, who's going to want to play a game where there's a really bad stigma if you do play? I'm not the biggest expert on Valorant though. I know very little about it from what I've seen. This is the cause of the downfall. I've watched a few videos on what other people have said, and my points seem to resonate with what they've said. But if I'm wrong, please let me know down in the comments. Give your thoughts down in the comments, because I'm all here for learning as well as you are. But yeah, thank you for watching. Consider subscribing. I'm almost at 200 subscribers. It'd be great if I hit that before the end of the year. And consider joining the Discord, linked in the description. Goodbye.